Hey Myron, looking in the 300SL book, and this is your page 8, 1/9, looking at number 55, screw plug it's called, and the reason for that plug is over here, number 55. The vacuum cylinder is lubricated through the opening at the rear of the vacuum cylinder, which is provided with a screw plug. 55. Okay. Now then, that reason for that lubrication is because that vacuum seal is leather. It's a leather diaphragm. And I don't understand. This is the goofiest thing I've ever seen. Alright, you've got provisions for a plug right there, and all I can do is assume that one removes that plug and puts the oil in there, because you do in fact have a leather vacuum seal. But some moron, I mean, I have to say it like I see it, some moron assembled this thing using what appears to be Lubriplate, which is totally wrong. You have a wick right here. This is a felt wick, and what it does is it draws the lubricant, in this case, well, what's suggested is mineral oil. And you use mineral oil, you pour it in here to the fill line. When this is in the install position, that becomes your fill level. And this leather and the felt material wicks the mineral oil all the way around this diaphragm. And this thing is just bone dry. It's absolutely bone dry. In fact, it looks like it's brand new inside there. And fortunately, leather is still in good shape. So I don't understand this. This thing does not look like it's as old as it should be. I mean, this is the most primitive booster I've ever seen. And these parts here don't appear to be plated with anything. So the problem you run into is that if they start to rust, that rust flakes off and it ruins the leather diaphragm. Now then, the inside of the can has been, I don't know what has been done to it here. It looks like it's been plated. It's zinc plated. And it looks like they may have roughed up the inside here. I'm not sure why. Anyway, at least there's no rust inside here. We've got a little rust divot down here, down in this area where the seal sat for a long time, but it's not a problem in terms of sealing, because that's at the end of its travel. You don't have to worry about it. So by and large, we're doing good. Just a few particles here. So the inside of the can is in great shape. It's not the way I would do things, but I would have the inside of the can plated just as well or better than the outside, because the inside plating is what is critical on this thing, so that it does not rust in the future. Anyway, I have to assume all one does is removes that rubber plug, pours in fluid, and then puts the plug back in there. I can't imagine how this plug doesn't get ruined by pulling it in and out. You know, you're going to pull the tit off eventually, but it's just a rubber plug. So, alright, I have yet to take apart the rest of the booster. It did not appear to be leaking inside there, and I'm going to delve into this slave cylinder inside here and see what we got. And take a look inside here with a flashlight. Let's see if I can. I was doing carburetors before I switched to boosters. So let's see what we got inside this slave. Okay, slave cylinder looks good. It's been honed, I would say incorrectly, because there's no crosshatch. It's just somebody ran a hone in there circularly and just made circles, circles in there. Got a little bit of a groove right there from rust, but again, that's at the end of the travel, so we're not going to worry about that. Yeah, I mean, if I did, I'll just touch this up with a, well, maybe I won't even touch it up. It was working before, but if I was to hone it, I would make sure I got some nice cross hatching in there, so we had a good 45 on the cross hatch, just like you do on the bores of a block. So that's where we are at this point. So I'll give you an update as I get more done.